Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We've got some American craft beer here. Originally, I just thought it was an other half Brewing Co. beer out of New York. But yeah, apparently it's a collaboration with Burial Beer Co. out of North Carolina. So that's pretty cool. Two good breweries together. So yeah, I've just just changed the title of the video just then. So this one's called A Simple Toast, and it's a double dry hopped IPA. On the description when I bought it, it said it was a West Coast, and it sounded like a West Coast, but it actually says on the back that it's hazy. So yeah, it's certainly not the beer I expected when I bought it, but let's see how it goes. It's got Simcoe, Luminosa, and New Zealand Cascade, 6.8%. Yeah, that can artwork's sick as. And we all know we've got a few other half fanboys in the community, especially Dan from FLX. I was trying to get him to get a hold of this one, but he couldn't find it because, yeah, it would have been cool to do like a collab with him. But yeah, let's give it a go, see how it is. We have Joey, Simo, and Craig in the chat. Good to see you. Got my Denver and Liley posh glass. So yeah, I've just knocked off work. I'm finished for the week. I'm off to a beer festival tomorrow, so that should be good. I'm not looking forward to getting up so early though to leave to go to Melbourne. Especially when I've just knocked off work, so by the time I get to bed, it's going to be after midnight. I'm only going to get about 4 or 5 hours sleep. Oh well. That looks very nice. It's definitely a hazy. Certainly doesn't look like an American IPA. So it's probably a bit brighter in reality, but it still looks pretty good on the camera. It's, I would say, a medium sort of bright orange. It's about a probably 4-finger head. Pretty foamy, creamy. I would say hazy appearance, light carbonation. Looks very nice. Let's go a whiff. I'm getting a white bread backbone. Some pineapple. Definitely some citrus there. I would say like grapefruit, lime, maybe lemon. Smells a little bit dank as well. A little musty. Maybe a touch of pine. Even like a berry note as well. Smells really good. I'm so keen for this festival tomorrow. Maybe some mango. It's like definitely tropical and citrus. But yeah, it's sort of a weird one because I wasn't expecting this beer, but I feel like it's going to be worthy. So I haven't had any standalone burial beers. I've had a few collabs, but they've actually done a few beers with Mountain Culture because DJ used to brew with the guy that runs Burial. Yeah, there's even like maybe like a sweet sort of a candy orange. Pineapple's big though. It almost smells like your little pineapple like lollies. Used to be able to get about 200 of them in a bag for $1, and now you get like one. Anyway, I'm a thirsty boy. Got to get myself warmed up for tomorrow. Thank God the working week is over. Cheers, boys and girls. Spilt it on my moustache. Cheers, Juzzy. I just noticed you were there too, brother. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone. I shall look at the comments now. It's quite dank, this beer. I'm almost getting that diesel note that you sometimes get in Kiwi hops. Bob Hawke was a legend. I wish I had a goldfish named Bob Hawke. That would be cool. But yeah, Bob Hawke was unreal. He was a politician. He was a real man's man. And he used to just like chug beers at the cricket. And I don't know, he was the sort of politician you like. He wasn't that nerdy, untrustworthy type, like like just controlled by someone above him. He had a bit of ticker to him. Cheers, Simo. Yeah, the artwork's sick as. Who could that be? Maybe it's Dan and Mike from FLX. Cheers, Craig. Yo, bro. Yeah. It feels like it's a Friday night because I'm done with work for the week, but I've taken Friday off. Yeah. I think this week I've done overtime every single night this week. Tonight was only an hour, but most of the other nights were like fucking 4 hours, 3 hours. So I'm absolutely wiped. It was sort of a good week to have the Friday off because of all the overtime. I hope it's not going to be a regular thing. Like they've cut a heap of people's shifts, and we're only doing like days and afternoons now, not nights. And then all of a sudden you get all this overtime. It's like I'd rather just go back to how it was. Cool. It's one thing I've never done. I've always wanted to, but yeah, like just where I live, it's not really a place that there's not really a sort of a drinking hole that interests me to take the dogs there. If I lived in the suburbs of Melbourne, I'd do it all the time. Yeah. Geez, that's not good. Cheers, g'day. Good to see you. Cheers, Brevis. Cool. The roof, the roof, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Yeah, that's cool, dude. Fucking oath, that would be good. Yeah, this beer festival's going to be awesome. It's just a shame about the location. It's normally at the Royal Exhibition Building in Carlton. It's like a really nice old building, just beautiful, like appearance. It just works well for the event. All the sound like echoes around the room, and when you have stuff like that, that's at the fucking oi, shh, bloody dogs. Yeah, when you have stuff that's at like exhibition centres and that, it's not the same. It sort of feels like a trade show. These two are cooked. Sit down and relax. Attaboy. Cheers, John. Good to see you, mate. Oh, God almighty. Yeah, how cool is that? You can tell what the old boy gets up to with the dog when they go for a walk. Yeah, it's funny as fuck. Did you see that? I think I sent it to most of you UK beer boys. It was like an event. It's in Geelong, so it's sort of not far from where I am. Yeah, where it was real old school, and they were running from pub to pub and like sculling pints, and it was just like real old school, like 70s or 80s Australia. It's pretty funny. The old convicts. Cheers, Juzz. Thanks for chiming in, brother. We'll catch up sometime soon. Yeah, this is very dank. It's got like a dry finish to it as well. It's quite good. Every now and then I'll get other half beers, and I feel like they're one of those breweries that can be a bit overrated, but this is pretty decent. Cool. You get some half decent stuff in Aldi every now and then. I got a good rye whiskey from there the other day. I haven't opened it yet, but we don't get many rye whiskies in sort of smaller country towns here in Australia. So if you sort of see something like that in an Aldi store, you got to jump on it. Yep. Yeah, I think I've seen them there before. I see a lot of Brewdog in Aldi at the moment. You can tell they've got some deal going with them. I just can't wait to just stroll the stands tomorrow and not be in a hurry. And if I see a beer, just pace myself. And like I will end up getting lit. There's no doubt about it. But just the fact that it's a 10-hour session instead of a 5, it's just going to be so much better. You can just sort of pace yourself. Because, yeah, you pretty much have to do, over the years, you pretty much had to do 2 separate 5-hour sessions to be able to see everything. And it'd be shit because you'd have to leave and then come back 2 hours later or come back the next day. and then you'd end up going to another bar and getting trashed in between, and yeah, it's just you'd be rushing around the whole time. But the fact that we can go in there and just stay there for the whole 10 hours, you're not going to be rushed. And because it's a Friday too, it's not as busy as the Saturday. Here we go. I like videos where the woman is wearing a tube top and the dog snatches the tube top off and runs away, and the chick is chasing the dog down the beach topless for it. I've seen a few where monkeys will grab like even bikini bottoms and just like rip them off. It actually happened to one of my brother's earlier girlfriends. Him and her went to Bali for a holiday, and they were just strolling through this like beach, sort of like a rainforest beach area. And yeah, there's all these monkeys everywhere, and people like, I don't know, give them food and just like pet them and stuff. And anyway, these cheeky monkeys come up to them and must have like ripped her bikini bottoms off. How embarrassing. At least if it was a top, you can sort of hide yourself, but you're pretty much fucked if it's your bottoms. Cheers, Sugar Kitty. I'm currently on a beer that's a collab between a Brooklyn, New York brewery and an Asheville, North Carolina. They reckon Asheville's one of the best cities in America for craft beer. I fucking love Blue Healers. They're awesome dogs. Vodka gerbil. Yeah, there's plenty of like wine and beer brands that have like dogs or cats on them, but they've got like different names. I know there's a craft brewery in Canada somewhere called, I think it's Yellow Dog, and it's got like a gold Labrador on the on the bottles and the cans. It's pretty cool. Let's pour some more, shall we? It was really disappointing when I had that Brew Host West Coast. I was just so flat. And then last night, what did I have last night? And I was really happy with it. Oh no, last night I had that fruit sour, which was not bad. But then this morning on Beer Man's show, early this morning, I went on his all spun out, and I had Banks's latest cake eater, and it was fucking amazing. I've got a 4-pack of it, so I've got 3 left, but I want to keep one for Adam to try. Because yeah, cake Banks's cake eater's sort of like it's got sort of cult status as far as Aussie craft beer goes. Yeah. Yeah, Portland's most meant to have the most craft breweries, like per area sort of thing. And SoCal, especially like San Diego's got fucking heaps of shit. Anywhere up in that New England area would be great. Like Mass, Vermont, Maine. What's the one Bumpy lives in? New Hampshire. That's even got quite a few good breweries. I could easily have about 6 beers tonight, but got to get up bright and early for that choo-choo train. Off to the big smoke, as they say. Yeah, for sure. Those areas in New England look so cool, like especially in the like. Is your autumn called fall? Is that what fall is? The season before winter? Because we just call it autumn. Yeah, it looks unreal with all the different colour leaves and nice sort of countryside and winding roads, mountains. so, so call me maybe. What a tune. Hey, I just met you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't sort of see a lot of that. Like, I mean, you guys would, but just what they sort of show in Australia and that of different areas of America. Whenever they show New York, it's more like New York City. You never really see any of the like upper state and all that sort of stuff. I'd imagine there'd be fucking awesome countryside. Yeah, wondering how I'd score this. It's quite enjoyable. Cheers, g'day. Thanks for chiming in. We will see you next time. Cool. Have a good one, mate. How like it's got sort of quite a few taps, doesn't it? And a good mix of craft beer. I remember you telling me about it. Should be good. It's one thing that sucks about where I live is we don't have that sort of shit. I have to go to the city for anything like that. I wish I had like a local that I could just go to sort of every weekend if I wanted to, and even just to have one or two beers. But we have nothing within like nothing decent within about 100 kilometres. I reckon I'd have to drive at least an hour just to have something decent. Yeah, there's a few people in our community that are part of that area, or like there's a few that are up north. You've got a couple in Albany. I think is it Albany or Albany? Um, then a couple up Rochester. One's sort of Buffalo. Yeah, it's sort of all I can think of. 14 taps, cool. Is that what their mascot is? Great Danes. Yeah, I think that's where the confusion lies when it comes to a lot of pronunciations of cities and towns, because different countries will say them differently, so you're not sure what it is. Yeah, the Australian equivalent's right down the bottom of WA, and it's sort of like my hometown here in Victoria. They get a heap of whales like we do. It's like a tourist attraction just because they get so many of them. I was on a stream before, and the guy was just picking out people in the chat and asking random questions. It was pretty cool, just the way he did it. He'd sort of single someone out randomly, ask them like what their favourite, I don't know, like what their dream car is or something like that, and they'd answer, and then everyone else would have their say, and he was just sort of coming up with weird questions. Yeah, to be like, what was the first piece of music you bought, and how old were you when you first got drunk? Yeah, like it was cool just the way he's doing it. Oh man, I think that's a calling to wrap it up and get to the pillow. I reckon I'd probably score this. I'm going to say a 4 point. Got a fly on my forehead. I'm going to say a 4.4 out of 5. It's pretty good. It's got good solid fruity notes. It's a little bit dank, like sweet up front, dry on the finish. Good smooth, creamy mouthfeel. I'm a big fan of New Zealand Cascade, and it's plenty of that character in this beer. You're getting some dankness from the Simcoe. Yeah, very, very nice. What was the percentage on it? 6.8, yeah. It probably drank like it was maybe a bit bigger than that. And yeah, rad can artwork too. It'd be cool for like a logo, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone for chiming in. And as I said, for other half and burials, Simple Toast Double Dry Hopped IPA, a 4.4 out of 5. And yeah, don't need to promote those two breweries, especially other half. Most people in the States are into craft beer, are familiar with them. I think Burial are more known for their big like adjunct stouts and stuff. Maybe their hazies, but the other half are definitely known for their hazies. But yeah, I'm out of here and off to a beer festival tomorrow. So cheers, peeps, and maybe a drunken stream tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. I'm taking the laptop to Melbourne with me, so there may be a hotel stream. So cheers.